Hi everybody, it's Linda. I'm back with the flip through of my two completed owl journals. They are little cutie style and nearly identical. The covers are just a little bit different, but let's flip through each of them. So I'm going to start with journal number 1. They are currently listed in my Etsy shop, Joyful Makes and Finds, and I used this wonderful fabric that I had gotten from my sister a few years ago for the covers and trimmed it with a bit of lace on the vintage lace on the top. They have a seam binding, it's vintage seam binding and eyelet closure, and then each of them has a little dangle. I want to get you close so you can see. These are really sweet. A little pearl and crystal and an owl and an acorn on a bulb pin. So you could take this off, you could hang it up here, you could hang it in the center, you could dangle it off the side, you could put it wherever you'd like, but I just love those. Had fun making those dangles to match. Okay, so let's get in the center here. So this is made from a paper bag, and then both the outside and the inside are covered with fabric, and I don't know if you can see the texture on this inside fabric, but it's like a suede. It's just a wonderful vintage suede fabric. And then I just cut a little owl from the fabric to make this pocket, and then inside the pocket is a library card and this tag that I made from a paint chip with these owls. And the paint chip is called Autumn Ivy. So I just tucked him right in here. And then I used this scrapbook paper. Used a lot of blues with the browns in these owl journals, and I really love that combination. And then this is a vintage index, not vintage, but coffee dyed index card that I created this collage on the front here with an old ad and just some little collage elements. Some avocado dyed paper, coffee dyed paper, scrapbook paper, another little old bit of owl ephemera. I got some of the owl ephemera that I used is just from my own collection of greeting cards and such, and some of them, and I think this I believe is one, is from a free images from the Graphics Fairy. If you're ever looking for images, that's a great source. There are some that are free, and then you can also join, and you have access to a whole lot more. Okay. Vintage ledger. This is my sister's digital. It's great for fall journals, and her Etsy shop is SouthCityHues, and it's in the description box. Little card that I added this little owl and collage to, and you might remember this fella. He was in my coffee journals, and I thought he belonged in the owl journals as well. I love that graphic. This is a page from a tile book. There's more tiles. I just chose the ones that I felt had good coloring for the journals. And some vintage music paper all through the night. I thought that was so kind of appropriate for an owl. And this is a coffee dyed envelope here and sewn into the signature, a little collage here. And you had me at pumpkin spice. Does that give you a clue as to what might be in this pocket? Some decaf pumpkin spice tea. And then this is an owl. These are called owl clips. Can you see how they're old and they kind of look like an owl? Okay, and then just a bit of vintage fabric there. Topper, mulberry paper, a fun fabric flip with, I used another little section of this fabric with a squirrel on it in the squirrel journals, and then there was a little owl on one of the branches, so I used it in this as well. And then this is a vintage fabric, and it's got mushrooms, and it just had the perfect color for this journal, so I wanted to use that. This is the center of the signature. It has 15 or 30 pages, and so it's a perfect daily, daily journal for a month, or just, it should cover the whole fall. I brought an assortment of really pretty fall beads to bead the signatures, and I'm loving these blue crystals too. I thought they really matched the colors in the journal very well. Okay. And a little belly band there made from sewn paper ruffle. And this owl, just added a little collage here. This is a digital that I'll put in the description box. And then this is the back side of that paper bag, another owl clip. And inside is just a vintage tally that is in the colors that coordinate well with the journal. Okay. Back side of the music paper. This is that great tile book. Yeah, I love this vintage image. I've had this in my stash for a long time. It was a greeting card. And I just tucked 2 blank tags in there for journaling, decorating. Okay. And this is a booklet that I made. This is one of the free images from the Graphics Fairy, and I just created a little mini journal that I sewed with a pamphlet stitch. It's got Braille papers and just various papers in there. So this is a nice little tuck-in for your purse or whatever. You can give it as a bit of Happy Mail or do whatever you'd like with it. Just use it for a whole lot of journaling. And I love this fella. Isn't that the sweetest image? Okay. And then the very last page, I made another little owl pocket and made this tiny little tag with a topper and a vintage button. Tucks right in there. And then as I said, this is a paper bag, so in this back pocket, I tucked a recipe for some healthy owl snacks and another vintage image that you can use as a journal card or however you'd like. I just tucked those in here. And you'll also get a baggie filled with offcuts and snippets. This is the back of the journal. And this is Owl Journal number 1, as it's listed in my shop. And let's look at Owl Journal number 2. It has just a different owl on the cover. And I created this dangle because I thought the colors matched this owl. And the colors of the vintage seam binding is also a little different to match the colors in the owl. Okay. They are otherwise, I believe, going to be pretty identical. So we'll just go through quickly. This is the book of tiles. So as you can see, every page is a little different. I thought this was a really pretty page. And then this has the pumpkin spice tea bag inside. You had me at pumpkin spice. This is the fabric flip for this book. The center of the signature and the pretty beads. Come on, friend. Okay. Sorry about the reaching. Okay, this has that little pretty little tally card in it. Back side of the tile book. A sweet owl with the blank tags. My sister's digital. Same little booklet. Little mini junk journal. And this sweet little fella. And the pocket with the little tag and the button and fabric topper. Also in this pocket is the same image and healthy owl snack recipe card. And this is the back. And this is Owl Journal number 2. And they are both in my Etsy shop. Joyful Makes and Finds. If you're interested in learning more about them, you can head over there. I am in the process of putting fall away. I think these are going to be the last fall journals. I've been going back and forth about whether or not I'm going to do any Halloween journals, because typically I've done them by the end of September. So a little up in the air about that. I've got lots of new old inventory and journaling supplies and stuff that I want to get listed into my Etsy shop. So you may be seeing a lot of new items in my Etsy shop coming up. And then I think I'm going to start on the Christmas journals. I have a lot of ideas and I'd love some feedback. I have thought about doing a whole year of little cutie Christmas journals. And then I've also thought about doing a little golden book Christmas journal and a larger one. So I'm a little undecided as to what I want to do. I always have so many that I enjoy doing. I love doing Santa Claus journals and gingerbread and just you name it. I just love Christmas journals. So if you have favorites, or what do you really like? Do you like to see the bigger journals for Christmas? Do you like the little ones? Do you like gift journals? Share some feedback with me. I'd love that as I am kind of planning what I want to make. And I think that's really all for now. Please, if you have a minute, leave a like, subscribe. That helps my channel. I really love to focus on growing my channel during this holiday season, and I am working on putting together some process videos and doing some different things here on the channel, which will be fun too. So anyway, thank you so much for taking a few minutes. I hope you have a wonderful day, a wonderful weekend, and I will see you soon.